A warm welcome to all of you. Today I am going to teach sample problems on science subject for class 10th. In the sample problems I am going to take the questions 6 to 10, okay? Sixth question. Refractive index of media A, B, C, D are given. In which of the four media is the speed of a light is maximum, second minimum? First of all, you have to know the refractive index formula. Refractive index is nothing but the ratio of speed of light in air and the speed of light in medium. That is, speed of light in air is denoted by C and speed of light is denoted by V. Okay. Speed of light in air, that is C, is a constant, which is the value 3 into 10 power 8 ms power minus 1. Because speed is the unit of velocity, so velocity unit is ms power minus 1. Okay. Therefore, here in this question, refractive index is given and we have to calculate the V, that is speed of light in medium. So that only we will define which is maximum and which is minimum. Okay. Therefore, V is equal to C, that is speed of light in air divided by refractive index. You have to calculate the value of V in each media. Okay. I am putting all the values in tabular form. From the tabular form, you will observe that A has the maximum and D has the minimum. Okay, A only having 2.255, which is greater than all medium B, C and D, and D has the minimum speed of light, that is 1.81 into 10 power 8. Other is greater than D. Okay. Now we will move on to the next question. A metal is treated with dilute sulfuric acid. The gas evolved is collected by the method shown in the figure. This is the figure. Answer the following. Name the gas. Name the method of collection of the gas. And how can you test whether the gas is combustible or not? Okay. First, you look into example. Let us consider the metal as zinc. Means what happened when zinc is react with dilute sulfuric acid mean it forms zinc sulfate with the liberation of hydrogen gas. So, you will get the answer. Name the gases. Hydrogen gases evolve. Okay. Second, name the method of collection of gas. In this method is downward displacement of water. Generally, hydrogen gas is collected via downward displacement of water. Downward displacement of water why we using means hydrogen gas is less denser than water. So, and also it is not soluble in water. So that only it can easily displace the water. This bubble is the hydrogen gas. Okay, these are all water. Hydrogen gas displaces the water. Okay. Second, how can you test whether the gas is combustible or not? It is simple that you have to bring the burning splinter near the mouth of the gas which is filled with the hydrogen or anything gas. Okay. If the gas burns with the flame means then it is combustible. If the gas doesn't burns with the flame then it is not combustible. Hydrogen definitely combustible. When it mixed with the oxygen means it get burnt. Okay. Next question. A household uses the following electrical appliances. Refrigerator of rating 400 watt for 10 hours each day. 2 electric fans of rating 80 watt each for 12 hours each day. 6 electric tubes of rating 18 watt each for 6 hours each day. Calculate the electricity bill of the household for the month of June if the cost per unit of electrical energy is rupees 3. First of all, you have to calculate the electrical energy consumed per day. Okay. Per day means you have to add all these things. First of all, refrigerator you consume 400 watts for 10 hours. So, 400 into 10 plus 2 electric fans. Okay, for per electric fan 80 watt each for 12 hours. So, here 2. So, 2 into 80 into 12 plus 80 watt each for 6 hours. 6 electric tubes. So, 6 into 18 into 6. So, we get 6,568 watts. Okay, electric energy consumed per day is 6,568 watt. Total energy per month, because for the month of June we are calculating. So, per month means it has a 30 days. So, 6568 into 30. Why we are divided by 1000 means we have to calculate in on kilowatts. Okay. So we get on 97.040 kilowatts. Total cost is already given rupees 3. Cost per unit is rupees 3. So we have to multiply it on 3. We get rupees 599 approximately. Okay. Thus the electricity bill is rupees 591. Next question. What is mean by term frequency of an alternating current? What is its value in India? Why is an alternating current considered to be an advantage over a direct current for long range transmission of electrical energy? First of all, what is mean by alternating current? Alternating current is nothing but it changes its electrical current per second, okay? Whereas direct current means it flow only on a single direction. It doesn't change anything, okay? So, frequency of alternating current is the number of times the direction of electric current changes in 1 second. Per second changes the electrical current. That only it is say alternating. Alternating means change alternately. So, alternating current. In India, it has the value that is 50 cycles per second. 50 cycles per second means per second it changes into 50 cycles, okay? Advantages of AC over DC for long range transmission of electrical energy is AC is easy to maintain and change the voltage of AC, okay, for transmission and distribute purpose. But in case of DC, it is not easy to maintain the change of voltage, okay. And the cost of AC transmission is lower than DC transmission. And when any fault occurs means it is easy to interpret on AC supply, whereas DC it is not easy to interpret, okay. And last question. An old person is unable to see clearly nearby object as well as distant object. What defect of vision is he suffering? What kind of lens will be required to see the nearby as well as distant objects? First, the person is suffering from presbyopia. Presbyopia is nothing but the person is unable to see nearby object as well as distant object. If a person is unable to see a nearby object then it is hyperopia. If a person is unable to see distant object then it is myopia. But if a person is unable to see both nearby and distant it is called presbyopia. Okay. So what kind of lens will be required to see clearly the nearby as well as distant object means bifocal lens, because the upper portion is concave lens which facilitates the distance vision, and the lower portion, that is convex lens, which facilitate the near vision. So that only we are using a bifocal lens for presbyopia. Okay. That's all about the questions. Thank you.